Greens, guys, this is Blade Trish. Hope your weekend was dope. Unfortunately, it's Monday tomorrow, boys. You know, you just need to grin and bear it. You know, look forward to the weekend and weekends and stuff like this. So, more algos 1v1s, trying to get some good footage for a guide. We've got some filament action. A little bit of small gang, not too much small gang, no, I believe. But our first fight is up against a Dragoon. I've had a Dragoon fight in like past couple of videos, but they always end up being incredibly close. And this one's no exception. I'm surprised how close they actually are, just because of the amount of DPS we put out, right? We got the 2 medium drones, whereas the Dragon can only use 5 lights. But Dragoons tend to have a lot more tank, sorta, than an Algos. We have a lot of tank for small Ansi and medium Ansi. So that's a close fight. GF to that Dragoon pilot. This Thrasher fight ends up being a lot closer than what it really should be. Against Frank here. You'll notice my medium or my drones aren't on him at all. For whatever reason, they're doing their own thing and just decided the NPC was more of a priority. So they're off doing their own thing. I notice, like, once he's about half shield, put him on him. That's a real big bad thing for us, considering half our DPS is tied up in our drones. So really want them on the primary here. This fight ends up becoming incredibly close. Again, I keep on forgetting to turn off my MWD when I'm scrammed, right? The earlier we do that, the better, so we can get more small ANSI charges on the go. This is a fight against a Shield Courser. I'm noticing these are becoming incredibly more common, and it's quite a cool fit. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it, but yeah, it's a really close fight. And this is probably Coursers, I feel, and Dragoons and potentially Thrashers are probably the ones that feel will give the Algos the most run for its money, right? So the only reason I lose this is because our gentleman, win this, sorry, is our gentleman here burns out his guns, which is usually, like, me that's doing this. So you'll notice there'll be a lapse in DPS shortly. Leaving now. Had he not burned out those guns, because we're out of charges now, completely capped dry, again, I haven't turned off my MWD, yeah, he loses it. Had he not done so, I think we would have. So GF to all those guys. Okay, well, small gang, you're the best tackle pilot in Eden, Trinity, spies a carrier. Gets point. This is excellent. Thankfully, the structure owner actually helps us kill it, 'cause the carrier is currently bashing it. They had some other stuff, but unfortunately that escaped. This ends up being like a 5-bill carrier. We're all pleasantly pleased. So, very nice kill to go by. And then we get the Osprey Navy. Help that structure owner. These guys have been, what's called, camping down Mackey Gate later in the evening, and they've been giving us really good fights. So we break this camp, get a couple of kills, then we come back for a round 2, where they're probably more prepared for a fight, right? This is like more of a sort of Gatecamps comp with like Logi, the Gnosis is a DD. So we're not particularly prepared for a proper fight. This is them that's reshipped, and then we get a nice little fight here, you know, like, they've got a lot of snipey stuff, got a bit of tackle, we're just doing like the double click and spacing, trying not to die here. I'm doing weird light missile things with the Osprey Navy, trying to kill their tackle, which is the only thing I can really do since I'm only doing like 400 DPS. But applies barely to the smarter stuff, which is really nice. So we get a nice, real props for these guys for taking fights. Not so much in the gay camping side of things. To either eke out another fight, or just to teach them a lesson for gay camping, we RF their structure. One of our dudes checks to see what kind of fit it is, has no guns and stuff, so we're like, alright, sweet, let's just reinforce it. Either, or we get, we reinforce it, or we get another fight. We're ideal hoping for another fight, but they aren't really keen for it, unfortunately. But GF to those guys, like, you know, thanks for at least giving us a fight there. Speaking of Gatecamps, I then died to one. I hate this. I tried to reapproach Gate, weird Gnosis, and Logi things. So yeah, there wasn't really too much I could do about it. Unfortunately, perhaps maybe I should have burnt away to where long point went. So then I do a filament. It takes me close to where Fountain, like Delve and stuff. I get this Ishtar. I was a bit bewildered during killing him. He must have been pure AFK because he had 2 stabs. And then a dude actually offered me a 1v1. I was so, like, confused. I didn't think this was a thing in Nullsec. So he's fighting an uphill battle here. He's in a Rupture. I'm in a Scythe Fleet. Things are very much in my favor in this one. But kudos to the guy. I thought he was baiting me here. I just was expecting to get like, dropped or something, or him to bring friends. So very, like, it's like, yeah, props for dudes who are actually looking for like 1v1s and Nullsec, man. I was like, oh my god, he's actually giving me a 1v1 to Rupture. He seems to be a weird, like, shield tank, AB, long point, autocannon Rupture that I'm not too much a fan of, but still props for him for giving that a bash, man. Like, a Rupture versus a Scythe Fleet is going to be a very hard fight for the Rupture. You know, the Scythe Fleet has the range control, it can disengage if it needs to. It's doing similar DPS and potentially has more tank depending on how it's fit. So it's going to be a very hard fight for the Rupture. I just orbit this dude at 5k, seeing he has the larger guns, potentially. You know, getting, like, my better tracking and equation. I'm tanking fine here with just a single rep run to go. So I'm not sure if this gentleman's newer to PvP or solo PvP, but, like, yeah, good props, man. Like, people who get into solo PvP and stuff, and they're just like, do solos. It's good for the game, man. It's very nice that this dude's giving us a nice little 1v1 here. He actually gives us another fight. I wouldn't include that one. It goes very similar to this. But, you know, I like his enthusiasm, and props to the guy. I then end up spying a VNI, and he actually ends up scramming me here. I'm like, okay, this is probably bait. I do still want to stick around and see what comes, see if I can get a fight off this VNI. What comes? Doesn't offer me a fight. And I do very close die here. The only reason to really include this was as a sick escape. Sorry. So I end up reloading from EM to Fusion just because he is properly tanked here. I was expecting him to be, you know, tanked for EM or Thermal or Kinetic for these guys, I hope. I believe they have an EM hole in this space. I might be totally wrong there. Put it in the comments. I may have just actually been a bit of an idiot. So I see the Kikimore coming in. That's okay-ish. Then the other stuff starts to arrive. Rapier and stuff. I'm like, oh no! What I should have maybe done preemptively is get myself to further keep at range here. As opposed to staying so close, they're trying to DPS him down. VNIs are ridiculously tanky now that they've buffed them with a armor rep amount. I still don't know how I escaped there. I'm a legend. Yeah, GF to the VNI and all that. That was arriving. But unfortunately, as I make my escape, I get caught in another Gatecamp and die. So, yes, a lot of death today, boys. Well, the previous days. Nevertheless, we're still having fun. Okay, so I get back to Mabyee, pop another filament, do a little bit of roam, see this ESS, and I do know that these things are frequently trapped, and I do not didn't respect the NPCs. I should have respected these NPCs. So I'm like, alright, just a couple of dudes. There's not going to be webs or points to webs. Okay, that's a bit rough. But if we MWD, we're only going 500. They got points on us now. Okay, I'm starting to worry a bit here. They're not applying much DPS here. They start applying a lot of DPS here. And god damn it, I died to the NPCs. Which is a shame. I'll go out in a little shield safe here. Maybe the armor one might have tanked this as before I could kill him and disengage. But no, I fall to the trap and die. So there you go. Good in space. You have more loot or whatever. I return to Mabyee, tired of null for a bit, doing a bit more algos PvP. You get some nice little fights against frigate gangs here, which is really nice. Like Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, mostly Saturday, Sunday, you get a lot of really good fighting on the go. There is the potential of getting blobbed a lot more in these days, but that's just something you need to sort of roam and, you know, expect. So, Tormentor and Curse's Rifter versus the Algos. I make one major mistake here. I thought those Hammerheads were going to be Hobgoblins. If you keep an eye on the damage numbers, you'll see that we get a lot of misses on those Hammerheads and most of these frigates, just because they have a really poor time on applying to those frigates, so just stick for your lights. I also went in here loading Barrage. That's probably a bad call. I was sort of thinking that maybe the Tormentor pull range, but in hindsight, Faction Am would have been better, because the Rifter and Curses kind of want to brawl me. Would have killed them a lot quicker, so I have Barrage loaded in guns, and those two Hammerheads are probably not applying fully. So we're actually doing like crazy DPS. If they're orbiting me close, our autos will probably still have a bit of a tracking issue. So that's why I should really just double click in a random direction here and try and apply better that way. But I'm just keeping them at 6k here, hoping to get a little bit of tracking there. So the Rifter's going down close. I still have my medium ANSI shield boosts left. I was sort of beta tanking there, you see that? Just to make the Curses stay a little bit longer. The Curses is probably the newest of the lot here. He doesn't have T2 blasters. That's probably what saved me here. Had he had T2 blaster and Void, we probably would have died. Nevertheless, that was still like a really good fight against those guys. We do end up killing this in Curses, albeit I burn out stuff. And we're very close to dying actually, so a really nice fight against those guys. I then get another really nice fight against a frigate gang, but these guys are incredibly new. I think for like all month old, or they're just using really T1 fit ships. But yeah, they end up like primary my drones here. I just crack it. Hobgoblins trying to kill the Kestrels first. No specific reason for that. I figured the Kestrels might be a bit easier to kill than the Rifters. I just sort of like, I don't know, I just double click. I was ideally going to let them come into my range and stay out far, but I just ended up ramming one and killing them. just noticing how they aren't really priming my algos but my drones, and you're not doing a lot of DPS with my drones here. So it's a very rough situation for them. I also noticed the other Tristan, but he's just like burning, booking it. He's not interested in fight whatsoever, so that's fine for me. Had he put his drone DPS on me, it would have been very good for that frigate gang. So you'll notice how, like, I've got my small Ansi on the go, expecting to take some like huge incoming DPS here. But you notice we're just tanking completely fine, man. So they're mostly T1 fit, like a month old. So props for them taking the fight here. Had those guys been 2-2 skilled, that would have been a very, very hard fight for the Algos. 2 Kestrel and 2 Rifters. I feel like an Algos can take on 3 frigates, but once you go into 4, especially if you start a 0 on them, you're probably in a bad spot. If you need to take on 4, probably keep yourself at range, put your drones on 1, try and work it down a bit, and just come in and kill it or something, I don't know. That's probably how I'd work it, the 1v4, if you really want to go for it. Against T1 frigates, like, if there's faction frigates in the mix, it'd be very rough. Okay, and for our last fight, this is pretty much a mirror match. The only difference between our 2 Algos is he has 2 T1 hull rigs and a CPU rig, and a NOS. And I believe he uses 5 hobgoblins, which is interesting. I don't believe he uses 2 medium drones. So this fight's incredibly down to the wire, considering what his fit was. I was expecting, sort of, because I'm using 3 hull rigs, for this to be a lot more in my favour. But I believe it might have been better if I know that they're dual tank to use hobgoblins as opposed to the warriors. So maybe that's why this was so close. I turned off the MWD like at the start of this because we're scrammed. I need to get, like, you know, retainer cap for a small answer so we can keep that constantly running. The incoming DPS is huge. It's pretty even at the moment looking at it here. I have Hail loaded. He had EMP loaded, which is another really interesting choice. Yeah, it's like literally down to like the wire, boys. So GF to Doctor there. That's a really nice fight. The second Algos comes in at this point. I'm like, hold up! But we managed to get warped off there. So that's a really nice 1v1 against Doctor there. Actually, looking back at the footage in that last fight there, I don't know if I've actually sold medium drones now, because I noticed that the occasional medium drone was missing. That Algos, and I think that's almost what cost me in the fight there. It might actually be worth going 5 lights. I don't know, I think it's a bit of a gamble actually going to 2 mediums. In my experiences, it seems to apply quite well to most destroyers. I don't know if it was just cause the MWD, he was MWDing away and then he got slower or something. I need to watch back in that footage. I don't know if the 2 medium drones are the way to go. But yeah, that's all the footage I have today. Sorry I didn't get your video out yesterday and the day previous, but you know, this is what it is. So try and enjoy your Monday, boys. I'll try and get you some video up. I definitely won't be happening tomorrow. I can tell you that now. But probably Tuesday or Wednesday. So yes, enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Yes, I do hope you guys take care.